Isn't that funny? The minute you go live, you start coughing. Okay. All right. Oh, that's just perfect. I can hear myself really well. Terrific. And voting works. Perfect. This is great. Okay, so hello everybody. We haven't done this for a little while. I apologize for that. Um okay. So let's talk about this for a second. Let's have a small conversation. Uh, let's make sure we've got chat. Okay. So this is the thing. If you are business building, you're building a business, you're doing it to make a profit, correct? You're not doing it uh, to make money for somebody else. You're not doing it because you believe it's going to save the world. You're doing it to make a profit. And let me ask you something. So a lot of you out there have jobs, okay? Would you still do your day to day job if they stopped paying you or they required you to pay them a fee for the honor of having the job? How about if just out of the blue, all of a sudden, they just decided to cut your pay in half? So, whatever you made last month, this month, you're going to make exactly half, regardless of how many hours you work. And when you ask them about it, they say, well, you're getting a lot of good information and you've received a lot of training. So there you go. Nobody would go for that crap. Nobody would. Okay. So then why is it when we're dealing with our online business, that's exactly what we're doing? There are a lot of people out there right now who haven't even made their first $100 in profit. And they've been grinding away at this for years. Now, could you imagine working a 9 to 5 job, 40 hours a week with the lunch break and the commute, all the politics and socializing that goes along with it? Would you do that if you weren't getting paid? Of course you wouldn't. Nobody would. So, why is it that we go online and we pay money or we do these things and we're not making a profit? Why is that? It's quite simple. We're dreaming that it's eventually all going to pay off. So here's the thing. If you've been grinding away at something, trying to get it to work for you for 30, 60, 90 days and it still hasn't worked, there's something seriously wrong. And to continue doing it for like 120, 150, 180 days is just insanity. I was doing this for the longest time. I did this for years. And I just thought that if I threw enough money at something, it would finally pay off. Okay. Now, if you've noticed, these last two live streams I've done, I haven't posted a link into the Telegram group. And I'm shying away from using listeners in the title of the video, unless the majority of the video is going to be all about listeners. Then it's like, okay, this is a listener's tutorial type of thing. It's just common professional courtesy is all. I'm not trying to leech anyone's audience or trying to take away from anyone. That being said, when I go through listeners and I'm doing you know, going through and curating and commenting. I don't comment on everything in listeners, and I don't upvote everything that's been put through listeners because um, it's not realistic to say that I upvote everything. I comment everything. I know there are a lot of people out there that make 1,500 to 2,000 comments. I want to say a week, but maybe it's more. I'm not sure. But there are people out there that make just an enormous number of comments and upvotes and whatnot. But you know, most of us, the 95% of us on Hive, we won't, not on everything. It's just not everything interests us, not everything catches our eyes. I mean, it's just unrealistic. But I've seen, I don't want to call anyone out, um, but I've seen some mistake emails. I'm not going to find one. And like I said, I'm not trying to call anyone out. But let's, no picture. Picture? Picture. Okay. So as you can see, this one is just perfect. It's terrific. This person, they've got their, they've got their subject line, and they just go into it. I might have made this a little bit bold, but I'm not an expert designer. And you can see the picture; it immediately links. Um, Click anywhere on the image above. Awesome, leaving the instructions there, which is perfect. But a lot of times, what'll happen is instead of seeing the picture, it'll be some like busted HTML code, boop, boop, boop here instead of the picture. Okay. And this is because it wasn't properly coded to begin with. They might have left off a comma or a quote. And HTML is like that, man. If you drop a comma, if you drop a semicolon, if you drop a quote, if you leave a tag open ended, because in HTML everything has to have a tag. Everything has an open tag, everything has a close tag. And the close tag is normally, now I say normally because there's exceptions like with the comment tag. But normally most tags, like the center tag, the closing it is just backslash center. There's bracket center, then brackets backslash center. It's real super simple. Okay. Oh shoot, I forgot to share screen. That is so stupid. Sorry about that, everyone. Share that screen. Okay, and checking out on Vim. Vim is quiet. All right. So here's the screen. This is what I was talking about. So see the subject line, some text, a clickable picture, and then directions to click on the picture. Hey, Tom, how's it going? It's nice to see you here. Okay, so that being said, I want to show you guys how to link a picture. It's pretty simple. It's pretty easy. So let's just let's grab. So over here, window. Oops. Okay. Here's our code. We're going to make this a little bit bigger. Now, when we're coding in ListNerds, we want to keep in mind that we're only making like a little bit of the code. So like the open HTML tag and stuff like that, the header tag, I would even say the title tag are all completely unnecessary. And definitely don't use Um, don't use any CSS because it doesn't work all day. It's not going to be functional for you. So basically, so let's say we start off with like header 4. Okay, this will make it kind of bold, and maybe you want it centered because you want it in the middle. Okay, so we have that centered, and all right, so everything's looking good. Okay. And then we're like, okay, so read my mail. And then we're going to close it, H4. Now, all H4 is, it's just the fourth header. So there's H1, which is the biggest one. Then H2 is a little smaller. H3 is smaller. H4 is smaller. Oh, yeah, you're right. Okay, so we might want this to be like a little bit bigger, like H2. Okay. So boom. So H2, read my email. And then you're going to go here, and then you're just going to go maybe paragraph. And then this is the details to entice you to click upon my email and give me an upvote. Okay, and then we're just going to close that paragraph, close it. All right, so far we've got our title. Now we want to throw in our picture, right? Okay, so, and we want the picture to be clickable. So this is kind of the trick. And we're going to want it to be, what's that word I'm looking for? We're going to want it to be fluid so it fits, because there is some custom coding on here. And Blaine, lucky for us, gave us the code, gave us the class to call to make the picture more fluid. Okay, so that being said, window. Okay, so let's say we want to start off first. Let's center the picture. Okay, and then because the picture is going to link, we want to put our link in first, href, and then equal sign, quotation marks, and then wherever you want it to go. So I have this already kind of set up. So this is my first post I ever made in CTP Talk. So that's the link that it's going to, the destination. Okay. Now I want this to open in a new window. So target equals quotes underscore blank quote, and then rel equals quote no opener. And then this closes the ahref tag, which is our destination. This is the image tag. This is the opener for the image tag. And I'm going to immediately call the class. Class equals img-fluid, fluid, because that's what he named the class. And then source, src equals, this is the graphic that we're actually going to use. Okay, so I already have a graphic here. And graphic, gif. Okay, copy that. Oh, hang on. Source equals, see, I forgot my equal sign. So had I tried to send that out like that without the equal sign, it would have been busted. It would not have looked good at all. And then there we go. There's the link to the graphic. And I always like to have an alt just in case the graphic doesn't load for whatever reason. Maybe there's whatever happening. The server could be overloaded. Who knows? But I'm just put a little alternate statement asking them to give the email a chance to load, because sometimes things are slower. Although I've never noticed that on listeners. So, okay, so backslash and the bracket, that right there closes the image tag. Then I also have to close the a tag, the ahref, and then the center tag. All has to be closed. All those tags need to be closed. Now I don't have to really put anything else in here unless I wanted some closing instructions. And maybe I might make this like center, oops, spelled it wrong, center. And then this is where I'll use the smaller heading, and I'll say click anywhere on the image above. And we're just going to close that and then close the center one, and then boom, we're all closed up. Okay. Now, hopefully, when I put this in List Nerds, it should look okay, because HTML is a top-down, left-to-right language. So it works in order of the lines that are written. Okay, so let's plug this into List Nerds and see what happens. List Nerds. Here we go. Pull you up. Okay, send mail. I always put that down to 0. I usually like to save my credits for the subtle mails. And I should just be able to click here to paste in the code. And save. And the headline. Check out my first post. Okay. Now this will give us, an idea of what it's going to look like here. Okay. Oh, I misspelled the word image. That's embarrassing. Oh, good. I was able to fix it. Now this is important. Okay. I can't give you, these is the details. Well, these are the details. So that should read, these are the details. Okay. Then we got our headline in there. I'm going to ignore the rest of that stuff. This is the most important thing you can do right now to make sure everything truly looks good. Hit the preview button right there. Preview button. Hit that. All right. And this is what it's going to look like. Do you see how it's hanging off the edge like that? It's because it's too wide. It is too wide. But I called the proper class. Where do you think the mistake could be? Well, let's take a look-see real quick. Let's give that code a good hard looking at. Fluid image class. Here we go. That's the mistake right there. I need that to go away. There we go. I don't know what happened, but somehow extra characters were added in the copy and paste. Need to be a little bit more careful about that next time. But if I hit save again, hit the 3 dots to make that go away. And let's see, preview. Haha, see that? Perfect. You see that? Headline, I mean the subject line, headline, okay, a description, the image that links out, and the instruction to click anywhere on the image, which the instruction also happens to be part of the image. But there are a lot of people out there who they're not gonna. Oh, thank you very much, Vim. Another great upvote. I appreciate that. Um, so like I see a lot of people do this. They sorry guys, I'm all stuttering and stammering. Um, it just gets so exciting. Coding like this and making everything look really good. Oh, by the way, stuff like check out my first post isn't bad, but the read my email and these are the details. That's just I'm just putting text there. I would never ever send this out to anyone. That's just me being silly. So don't actually craft a really good one. Now, me in particular, I like just to have the graphic and then all my text on the graphic, and then have it just sent out as one big graphic. That might not appeal to a lot of people, but if it does appeal to you, that is very simple to do. To just um, all you have to do is alter the code in this manner. You get rid of everything else. So all of this here is gone because that's the top text. And then all of this stuff here would also be gone. And then this is what I'm left with. It's just the tag um, linking out to my post, and then the picture, and then the alternate description in case the picture doesn't load. And then save, click those away, looking okay here, and then preview. Now, I didn't mention this in the other example, okay, but as you can see, this all checks out nice, and it's nicely centered in here. Okay, always click your link. Check your link. Make sure your link clicks properly. See how that clicked out? And boom, there it goes. My first ever CTP Talk blog post. Now, the funny thing about this blog post is, if you can notice here, there's no graphics, no images, no graphics, no nothing. Pretty funny, huh? Just a bunch of text. At least I went ahead and, made it with a little bit of eye relief. So it's just not, one continuous block of text. And, I went ahead and did some bullet points. But that being said, all of these tags I used were no money tags. So the only tag I really got was CTP. So this earned CTP, HBD, and Hive Power. And I don't think it earned any other type of token because I did not properly tag it. I tagged it like it was a regular Web 2.0 document or a Facebook or Twitter type post. Okay. That being said, back here, okay, check your links, check your links, check your links. If I was a musical talented person, I'd be up here with a guitar and I'd strum a little song for you, telling you to check your links. It's checking your links, the most important thing you could possibly do when sending out these mails. There's a lot riding on these things, and there's a lot of pressure. People are worried about their rewards. How many listeners are their mails making? Are they going to get listeners? How many upvotes? How many downvotes? Are they getting upvotes on their article? Are they getting comments on their article? All of these things. And then you've got people like me who are also building on Hive, but we're also building a business, and we're also doing a bunch of other things as well. And sometimes things can get jumbled up, life can get in the way, and you have to shift or reschedule things. And unfortunately, I have appointments that had to be made, and there was no way around that. So, oh no, Tom, I didn't. want you to get the feeling I was signaling you out, because um, I'm not sure I've seen. I Tom, I don't think I've seen any of your busted emails. I think all of yours are, the ones that I've seen anyway, have been okay. Um, but yeah, everyone, if you're gonna, if you want to include images in your listeners' mail, I highly recommend you learn how to code a little bit, because it'll, in the end, the control is all yours. And also, too, if you can see that this document that I made with the code in it and everything, the way it's all set up, you can save this and use it as like your template. And every time you, oh, okay, good, Tom, that, okay, that's awesome. I appreciate that. And you know what? I also need to code better too. I don't think there's a person out there who wouldn't say, "Oh, I could improve some on my coding." You know, um, although there might be some really conceited. Well, I don't know. Anyway, um, so you can use this as a template, so that you don't have to recode everything over and over and over again, and you just replace the in between the tags. This is the stuff you would just replace that. You would replace your links, replace your target out link, your alternate statement, and then your instructions on the bottom. It, it's a time saver when you just have to plug those things in. And then you just save it as a new document every time. You can have a record of all your emails that you've sent out. And the reason why that's important, I'm going to close this. I've already sent all my mails out today, so I'm just going to cancel that. I know it says now, but check this out. When we go into mail history, you can see I have 2 in the queue already. All right. So because I have a record of my emails, yeah, definitely, Tom. Definitely try a pick. Feel free to hit me up in Telegram or Discord, if you want me to look at your code, or if you have any questions at all about your code, or if you did it and you're sure it's exactly right, but it's not looking right in listeners, just hit me up, and I'll help you out. It's no problem. Okay, so like this one, Miss Las Vegas wrote a great post. Okay, listeners will not, as it is now, does not save a record of your outgoing mails. So that is on you to do, and it's on me to do. Okay, so if I wanted to see why I got 55, such a high voting on that, all I would have to do. Oh, it's no problem, Tom. You're very welcome. All I would have to do is recall that email. Do, 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 do. Um, I feel like a jerk. I accidentally overwrote that file. Oh, I feel stupid now. Okay, sorry guys. I brain fart because I didn't save that email. Let me find check out Stranger Things, because that got a pretty high vote. Open. Oh, there it is. I did save it. Woohoo! All right, I did save it. Oh, cancel. Okay, hang on for a second. It did not want to open. Okay, here it is. There we go. Okay, so this is the email that went out. Check out this post about going to High Fest. Miss Las Vegas. Click anywhere to read the article. Now, here's the thing. I didn't. I read Miss Las Vegas's article. Okay, and after reading it, after upvoting and commenting on it, I did not capture any of her text. I did not capture her headline. I did not capture any of her images. I left the post as it is, and in the email, I summarized it real quick. Check out this post about going to High Fest. After reading the post, I find the reasons for going and not going, or the pros and cons, to be very practical. High Fest is a huge lure, especially those that truly want to build something. On Hive, I commented and upvoted, which I did. Here's the thing: if you're on Hive and you're going to recommend someone else's work, be sure that you've read it, commented, and upvoted, because otherwise you're just trying to cheat the system, and that's just ugly. This is Miss Las Vegas's profile picture, and all I did was a screen capture and then copied it over into the document. Oh, okay. So this is the only thing I have here of hers is the profile picture. But the only reason why I did that is so that you all would recognize who you're clicking on. Okay. And then the name, the Hive name, and then click anywhere to read. So I can tell Miss Las Vegas is very high reputation on Hive, very popular. A lot of people love her work. I'm one of them. I'm a big fan of her work. Um, so that's the point I'm trying to make. If you keep a record of your work and something goes right or something goes wrong, you can go back and examine your work to see what could have happened, rather than say the cards are stacked against me. It's a popularity system. It's you know, it kind of is a popularity system. Here's another thing: if you're not getting upvotes, I recommend very highly you do this. It's one thing I'm doing. Tom, yay, Tom. I was reviewing some tutorials at Click Track Profit and ran across this again. The $2.74 module. This, if you all haven't looked at this module in the past 3 months, look at it again. It will amaze you. I click on it, opens up in a new window, and bada bing, bada boom. Tom's going to tell us about this. And, oh, I should be following Tom. Sorry, Tom. I'm following you. An error, huh? What if that happened before? I'm following you on my other account, MBA 2020. I want to figure out why I can't follow you here, though. So I'm going to come back. Oh, I can upvote without following him, though. Yeah, I can upvote without following him. Okay, so upvote and read it. So look, he made a graphic. Okay. He formatted it, made another graphic, telling us where we can get this from. And then take advantage of the tutorials. And he put his link there and credited John because, John teaches a lot of stuff. All right. And this is great. So I've already upvoted and I commented, yeah, this lesson I found to be very impactful. I will launch it again. Thanks for the reminder. Boop. Thanks for the reminder. And bam, hit him up with a CTP tip. Okay, and comment away. And another error. Sorry, guys. Let's just assume I did this, okay? The errors keep on coming up. I'm probably going to have to look at my computer. I don't know. It probably just needs to be reset, okay? And of course, I'm going to give Tom an upvote for that, okay? But here's the thing. If you're just concerned about earning mail credits, all right, and, let's say for whatever reason, you don't have a lot of CTP votes, you didn't stake a lot of CTP, okay? You can click on a mail. Here's a Miss Las Vegas mail. And click on the link. Then go back and close And you will find I'm at 3.7. So if I now I'm at 77. So I earned quite a bit for that, and I didn't even vote on it. Okay. Amir the Awesome. Here's another one. All right. I like Amir's work. He is, I think, one of the funniest people in the listeners community. Okay. So here we are. I clicked on his. Okay. I can vote on it. All right. It's a 77 now, 377, right? I refresh the page. And oh, I'm at 417 now. So you don't have to vote to get mail credits. You just have to click on the links. But I'm going to run back down here to where it said I read the mails. And I'm going to vote on Amir. And I'm going to upvote Miss Las Vegas. There we go. Why? Well, because that's funny. I upvoted on these. I upvoted both of these. It, that shouldn't. Okay. Okay, there we go. That is so weird. Oh, I did not upvote. I just clicked their links. But I never actually. Okay. And you know what? I don't even think I clicked on their links. I just used them for examples. And when I refreshed, okay. So if you open up an email, like, what are my favorite underrated series? Oh no, I actually want to read that one. If you click on an email and it opens, and then you refresh the page after you close it or whatever, it'll throw it down here, like under, you've already read it. So you'll have to come down here and get it again and do what I just did here. Okay. So we're at 37 minutes right now, and I really try to keep these at a half hour because, for those of you on the East Coast, it's 9 o'clock on a Wednesday night, or actually 9:30 on a Wednesday night, going on 10 p.m. So I know you all are tired. I respect your time, and I appreciate you all coming out. Thank you, Tom, for interacting with me and all of your comments. I really appreciated that. It makes for a more interesting presentation. I'm really sorry about starting out and not sharing the screen with you guys in the beginning. I apologize for that. Um, I will be getting better as I do more of these, and I apologize for having to back it down from 4 times a week to only 2 times a week. And even the 2 times a week, it was very challenging for me to do it. Now, don't get me wrong. This is something I love doing, and I really want to continue to do. It's just sometimes, man, things get so. But don't worry about it. We're going to continue doing this as far as I can see into the future. So because I enjoy sharing the information with everyone. I learn a lot from people who comment on it, and it pushes me forward to get better. If you guys want to know what my main source, oh, thanks, Tom. I appreciate you saying that. If you guys want to know what my main source of information is for coding, it is the W3 schools. And if you just type in the word W3 schools into any search engine, it'll come up to here. Learn to code. And all of these tutorials are free. They will teach you for free, okay? But they also have paid courses. And I guess the paid courses come with like a certificate or something. Like here's one for $700, $695. W3 School full access. Whatever you want, you got. Okay. So if you wanted to enroll in that, but I don't know what different between the paid courses. Oh, you get a certificate. If you pay for it, you get a certificate. Certificate of completion. Therefore, okay. But if you're just studying like I am, because I didn't pay for nothing, I was amazed. Learn HTML, bada boom. And these video tutorials are new. I haven't even had a chance to watch it. But the cool thing about learning from here is that they have a try it yourself lab. So you can mess around with it. You know, the header, which is the title, body, this is a heading paragraph. You can experiment with it and see what an H2 does. You know, how is H2 different from H1? And you could see it as soon as you do it. Or if you want to center it, you know, you could add tags just to see what it'll do on the others. Oh, you have to hit run. I'm sorry. See, so it centered it, made it smaller. You have to hit run though. You got to hit run every time. Okay. So it's pretty cool. You can save your stuff. You know, it's really great. All right. That's enough about that. Yeah, that's where I get my stuff from. W3 guys. Okay, thank you so much. Y'all have a great night. And whatever you do, please, please, please be profitable. Make a little bit of money every single day. Have a great